guys, it's the Chan. I'm back again with another video for you all. So if you don't know, I do a lot of bookish videos mostly, and not mostly all the time. I do a lot of reading vlogs, I do book reviews, stats and stuff like that. If you really like these things, do like and subscribe because it's like, you know. Anyhow, I'm not going to talk about this much because I just want to jump straight right into this video, which is going to be pretty interesting for me, and I'm really looking forward to it as well. So yeah, today I have been interested, like I really want to talk about this particular book, which I guess you guys have obviously understood from the title. I want to do a book review of Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. So this particular book I read recently, like literally recently, and I was so taken aback. So the thing is, I got this book a while back, almost 2 years back. I had the entire series, except no, I don't have the third book, which is very weird. I didn't want to read it. I don't know why. I kept it aside, and every single time I was like, oh, okay, I'll read it. Same happens with my Illuminate series. I haven't read it as of now, and I really want to read it. But maybe I was just waiting for that particular click, or maybe. So I read The Boy in Striped Pajamas before I read this, and I really needed to distract myself. I saw this book and I picked it up. I was so taken aback. Literally, it took me 2 days to finish this book because I was already working on other things. I was so surprised on this particular fact that I like this book so much. So this book is about Farah, who's the daughter of a merchant. She has 2 sisters. She has 2 elder sisters, but apparently they are pretty poor, so much so that the only way of survival is through hunting, and she's the one who has taken charge of going to woods and hunt in order to survive. So she goes to the woods, she tries to hunt, and instead she kills a wolf who turns out to be a fairy and from a different land called Parathin. So there are 2 different worlds. One is the human world and there is Parathin world, and there is a treaty between them. She later realizes that killing fairy kind of has a high price. So what happens is Lord of Parathin comes to Farah to capture her, take her back to Parathin, and as per the treaty kill her, but instead she is being imprisoned, and weirdly she doesn't really understand why her captor is being so nice to her. Farah is free to roam around the entire estate, do whatever she wants to, but she is forbidden to go back to the human world. But on the other hand, she has to be very careful because there are like other threats roaming around, luring her to take charge or action that is going to, in a way, self-destruct her. Then she gets to know that captor's name is Tamlin, and he's one of those high lords in Parathin. In the process, they end up falling in love with each other, and that kinda ruins a lot of things. So when I started reading the book, in the beginning I really liked the entire scene where she goes into the forest and she's trying to kill the wolf, and that entire scene that's been created has been done very nicely, so it kind of grips you on that entire scene. The reason why that particular thing happened, which was unlikely, you get to know towards the end, which is all the more surprising for you to understand. There is a background story, a subplot to the plot that goes around, which you end up understanding throughout the book. You get to know more about Parathin land, you get to know more about human world, you get to know more about different courts. Summer courts, there is night court, there is winter court, and the spring court, which Tamlin is the High Lord of, and you get to know about all these stories and how these courts are important individually. Would I say it's a more like a feminist sort of a book? I don't know. Maybe I can say that. But when you start reading it, you get to know that being a woman, you have both things in you. You get the good and the bad. What I really liked about this book was, firstly, the writing style is like beyond amazing because it's just so fluid, so simple. It just like flows. But what I really liked again was the character of both Tamlin and Farah. Farah is a very headstrong, stubborn, outspoken girl who, understanding that she's starting to develop this feeling for Tamlin, how she's trying to overcome that feeling just because she knows that he's not what he is, but eventually she gives in because maybe she understands that, you know, even though the entire thing that has been going around in Parathin is for some other reason, but it's not his fault or whatever the reason is. That entire thing, that transformation has been portrayed very beautifully. I even like the side role, the supporting actor in a way. I really like Lucian's role, who is a friend, best friend you can say, of Tamlin, and who has been in a way protecting Farrer more like a brotherly fashion throughout. Then comes the character of Rysand, who apparently, as I have known, become pretty favorite of everyone. I don't know much about it because, as I know, people don't really like Tamlin's character eventually throughout the series. But since this is the first one I've read, so I think I have my heart for Tamlin at the moment. I don't know what will happen once I read the second part. I really like the incorporation of the fantasy and the magic world. It gives you a very different, you enter into a very different realm. It's a very quick read. It's a very light-hearted read, so you feel giddy at certain places because you know that, okay, what's happening is, oh, this is nice and sweet. It's like a very teenagey thing, but in a very professional manner. I don't know if that makes any sense. It kind of gives me a very Beauty and the Beast feeling, although it's not, obviously. But I really like that entire library scene that happens in the book. I saw that movie Beauty and the Beast and I could just relate to it. I don't know why, but yeah, I really liked the book, which is really amazing. Really looking forward to the second part of the book, and once I read that, maybe I'll have something else to say about it. But yeah, saying that, I have read quite a few fantasy series, but as of now I am definitely going to say there are three favorite of mine. First is the Legacy of Orisha series, which is by Tomi Adeyemi. Then comes, I love Six of Crows, the entire series by Leah Bardugo. I always am pronouncing her name wrong. And I think my new favorite is Sarah J. Maas's book, A Court of Thorns and Roses. So when it comes to giving stars, I'm going to definitely give it a 5 star. So yeah, this was my review on Courts of Thorns and Roses, and I really like this book. If you guys are really into fantasy books or like YA books that you really like when it comes to magic, I'm definitely going to recommend this one because it's really nice. It gives you a very good feeling after you finish reading this book. It just gave me a good feeling. I was like, ah. So yeah, it's definitely something that you really like. You will really like. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you did like it, do give it a thumbs up. And I kind of like it. It's just like, this is the kind of book that I'm gonna reread. I'm like, yes, Harry Potter is something that I would love to reread again, but this is something again, one of those books. Thank you guys for watching this one. I'll be back with another video soon. Till then, bye bye.